Welcome back for another video. Today we play Outrun. But before we start, I want to show you this fantastic guide and walkthrough which I found on the web in game FAQs. Here it shows which one is the easiest route and which one is the hardest route. That's amazing. So I will show in my video. First, I will show the easiest route, which is from Coconut Beach. And then here, it suggests to go through left and then right, right, right to finish on the Autobahn. Remember, Autobahn in German means motorway, so Autobahn is the easiest stage 5. So why we can say that this is the easiest? Because this guy built this fantastic table, and for each track, he gives a score, difficulty points, and we know here that the Autobahn is the easiest stage 5. So Autobahn is medium. It's the only stage 5 which is medium, considered medium. Here we can see Coconut Beach is very easy. Then here it says, okay, Gateway is a little bit easier. But in my video, I will show you why you should take Devil Canyon instead. Why? Because Devil Canyon is shorter than Gateway. So if you can spend a little bit of time practicing Devil Canyon, you can even improve the score of this easiest route. So don't go left, but go right, because the Devil Canyon will give you 4 or 5 extra seconds. So basically, you will do the effort to learn the Devil Canyon a little bit better than Gateway, which you will give 4 or 5 extra seconds, and then you go, after you go right, you go left, and then you go here, and then right, right to finish on the Autobahn. This one is considered the shortest route, is a variation of the easiest route, and it will give you 100% the highest score. I did some research, and people says that if you go right first and then left, right, right, is the easiest possible route. Not easier, is the easiest plus the shortest, so will give you the maximum score. So remember, right, left, right, right, this is the easiest. So in my video I will also show you the hardest route. The hardest route is when you go right, 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 right. Why? Because yes, the lakeside is one of the hardest, stage 5. The Seaside Town is also the hardest, stage 4, which we saw, and Cloud Mountain is one of the hardest, stage 3, and David Canyon is considered harder than the Gateway. In fact, the Seaside Town, remember, this is the table. The Seaside Town, I have to say honestly, yes, it's very, very hard, and I will show you that the Seaside Town, yes, honestly, this one is very hard, and it took me a while. It took me approximately a couple of hours to beat this hardest route. But the more you play, when you start changing different routes and paths, it shouldn't take long. Once you beat with the easiest route, it took me like a week to beat the easiest route. This one, the easiest route. After took me a week, and then it doesn't take much longer. And in my video, finally, I will show you also the one that when you go always left. And when you go always left, left, left through the desert, this is the desert and wilderness, I will show you that the left is harder than the right. So I prefer, I would say the easier, right is, going always right is also hard. Going left is also hard. I think the easiest route we discovered is first you go right, then left, and then right. This is basically the easiest. This is the easier, the one which is marked green. But now that I explained you these tricks about Outrun, let's see how did it go. Okay, now I'm gonna show you how did it go, basically. Remember, this is the easiest, shortest route. So we start from the easiest track, which is Coconut Beach. Coconut Beach is extremely, extremely easy. You should aim here to make this track around a minute or a little bit less than a minute. So you need to try to learn it by heart. My great recommendation is, until you don't master this first track, to make it around a minute or less. Repeat it many, many times, because this is very important to beat the game. And we are talking about a game that is very hard, but because the game is very short, it literally takes 5 minutes, even a little bit less than some people even less than 5 minutes they have completed this game. So yeah, so there is a great chance you can beat the game if you can just learn Coconut Beach. Now we are gonna see how much is gonna be the time here. Let's see. See, we beat it in less than a minute. 59 seconds and 25 milliseconds. See, 59, so just less than a minute. 59 seconds. So as I said, the Devil Canyon is preferable to Gateway. I explained you in the introduction. If you have not seen the introduction, please follow very well the introduction, because the Devil Canyon is true, it's very hard, but here, because the Devil Canyon is a little bit shorter than the Gateway, you can reach the stage 3 having 3, 4, 5 extra seconds. If you know, I mean, first, if you know Devil Canyon, basically, you have to invest a little bit of time learning this level, because look, we have already 25 seconds. Look, 25 seconds is a lot. So now we are going to enter on the track 3, the Alps, with a lot of spare seconds. If you take the Gateway, you will not probably be able to reach the Gateway with 13 spare seconds. It's true, it took us 1 minute and 3 seconds. So it was a little bit above 1 minute, so because I did some mistakes. Even this one is called the Alps. Not sure why this track is called the Alps. Maybe because the Alps are in the background. You see, I can see the mountains, these white mountains on the horizon. But it looks more like a beautiful field with flowers. So, and there's the Alps on the horizon. But this, I believe, as I said in the introduction, is definitely the easiest among level 3. Because among level 3, as we will see, if you choose other level 3 are harder than this. Okay, so as I said, the easiest, fastest route is, see, we took only less than a minute. Yeah. So we went basically, now again, right after the Alps, we went right to the wheat fields. These are the wheat fields, which are considered the easiest stage 4. This stage it's okay. It's still hard, but if you drive on the right hand side, you can try to outrun them from the right hand side using the path near the wheat field. See this right? I mean, this is still hard. I believe it's harder obviously than stage 3, but as I will show you later, they are stage 4 harder than this. So, and this is already, as I said, stage 4. So if we can pass this, the Autoban is relatively simple. See, now we have 17 seconds. 17 seconds. So, and we are gonna enter in the Autoban with some spare seconds. Let's see, 9, 8, yeah, woof. Let's see, even though I did the wheat field with above a minute and 3 seconds, I did some mistakes, but it doesn't really matter, because to beat the Autoban, you just need about 55 seconds. So, as long as you don't crash in the Autoban is one of the less hard stage 5. So remember, this route that I'm telling you now, try to remember it by heart. As I said, you need to go to the right, then left to the Alps, right to the wheat field after the Alps, and then the Autobahn. Take the Autobahn. This is gonna be the exit D, and we aim here to do a score above 15 millions. I mean, here, if you don't crash in the end, you can beat this level with probably 10 spare seconds. Yeah, which we did. We beat it with 7.4 seconds, which give us 1 million per second, spare seconds. So our score is 17 and a half millions. This is a very, very good score. So remember, this is the German Autobahn, so this is a German woman. which doesn't give the cup to me. Oops, he gives to the girlfriend. Okay, doesn't give to the boy. Okay, so remember, right, left, right, right, exit D. This is the quickest route. If you learn and memorize this part, you will be able to beat this game in a very, very quick time, because we know now that this is the shortest route, even though it took me a week to beat it, the game. But remember, it's very instructive. This is the quickest and easiest way to beat it. Now, I'm gonna show you another video, which is gonna be extremely instructive, where I compare this run that we just made against another run, which in this run, which now I'm gonna show you on the right hand side. So the best with high score, the one which I did 17 million, is on the left. Now this score on the right, I beat the game with not many spare seconds, but I want to show you how tough the game is, because even when you have a perfect run, which is on the left, and a bad run, not a very good run like on the right, but see, to beat the game, you still need to be performing, at least in the Coconut Beach, you need to perform as well as in the perfect run, because this is what I'm teaching you now. I'm doing the Coconut Beach on the right hand side even better than the score which I just made. You see, I'm a little bit faster on the right, but remember, the right is a low score. But you know, let's see, I should be below a minute on the right hand side. So if you can beat Coconut Beach below a minute, I know the score are very, very similar. We are comparable, around a minute, 1 minute, very few millisecond difference. So the right hand side, see, you know, as long as you don't crash in the canyon, in the Devil Canyon, we are talking about guaranteed almost completion, because if you don't get any, you know, if you don't go out of the road, don't crash in this Devil Canyon, you have 90% probability of beating the game, because then obviously the Alps and the wheat fields and the Autobahn are relatively even easier than this one. So this route, as I said, people on the web say that Gateway is easier than the Devil Canyon, but is shorter. So if you learn it, we are gonna beat now this this track, and we're gonna have almost 15 spare seconds to enter in the Alps. You see, that's amazing. So even if you make the Devil Canyon above a minute, but you enter in the Alps with 75 seconds, and you don't need 75 seconds. Remember, 75 seconds is a minute and 15 seconds. Maybe you can easily beat the Alps with 1 minute and 2-3 seconds, which means that you will have another 12 seconds to beat the next track, which will be the wheat field. So we are talking about 95% probability to beat the entire game, because we know that to beat the Autobahn, you see, to beat the Autobahn you need only 55 seconds. As you see now on the right hand side, I did a bump. This is also what I want to show you. Even if you bump and go outside the road, as long as you don't really crash, because if you crash you lose 7-8 seconds, but if you just bump and go out of the road, you lose only 3-4 seconds. So as I show you now, the left is the best score, better score, is in the wheat field. He has got a slightly advantage, as you can see. So the left is doing a little bit better, and the right hand side is not doing any mistake now after that bump in the Alps. As I said, the wheat field, if you don't crash, don't be greedy to try to overturn, to pass them. Here, for example, on the right is overcrowded. Just pass them through the right, because near the fields there is a little bit of grass where you can actually drive. You see that brown color It looks like it's not even grass, it's like land, just a little bit of land, but you can drive there. So yeah, you see the right is now arrived, and I mean the best score on the left is there. Now we are reaching it, but we are still gonna reach the Autobahn, you see. So with probably 3 seconds, hopefully. 3, 2, with 2. See, the wheat field was hard in that sense. I mean, it's not always easy, the wheat field, but now we enter the Autobahn. And the Autobahn, you see, now I just did a bump. I bumped that track. I lost maybe a couple of seconds for that bump, but I want to show you that on the right hand side, I still have beaten the game, even with 2-3 mistakes. So, what I want to prove with this comparison is that even if you do like 3-4 small mistakes like bumping or going outside the road but without crashing, you can still beat the game. So as you can see, now we are very close to the end, and this is very tricky. Here, don't be greedy, try to pass them. Don't try to pass them. Just stay calm. You can still beat the game. Look, we beat the game for 1.3 seconds on the right hand side. And on the right hand side, I did a lot of mistakes. Something which is also interesting is to see the score on the right hand side, which is less than 11 millions, which is obvious because usually the score is 9.5 million plus 1 million per point for the extra score. And now you see this is, remember, the reason why I show you the comparison, because remember, go right, left, right, right, and then the exit, the Autobahn, this is the easiest and shortest route. Now, next, I'm gonna show you the hardest route after this comparison, which will be also extremely instructive. Why? Because do you remember the introduction? In the introduction we said, I said that the right, always right, basically, is the hardest. So it's not true that the right side is easy, as I said, but there was the exception for the Devil Canyon. The Devil Canyon is hard, yes, is harder than the way to, but we know that it's quicker, so you will gain 4-5 seconds. So it looks like the developer who developed this game, they said, okay, let's make the Devil Canyon harder than the Gateway, but let's reward the player with 4 extra seconds if they know how to beat it. I believe that if you want to learn how to beat the game, you should focus initially, so spend like your first 2-3 days to master absolutely the Coconut Beach and the Devil Canyon. So these 2 levels must be absolutely mastered if you want to beat the game, basically, in the easiest possible way, right? Okay, now we know that if we beat the Devil Canyon, we will gain 4-5 extra seconds, even though we are above a minute. Obviously, you can be a champion and beat the Devil Canyon below a minute. Yes, you can if you are very good, but it's not the purpose of this video. So myself, I'm not a very extremely good. I cannot say that I'm a champion in driving games, so I consider myself actually an average player. This is not even my cup of tea. Basically, it's not my preferred genre of game, because I don't play racing games, but absolutely this is a must play, because we are talking about only 5-6 minutes game, so it's a very short game. And it's a game that must absolutely be played, an arcade game that must be played, because it can be completed so easily. So as I said, now we go right and right again. Right again, this is called the Cloudy Mountains. Cloudy Mountains. I think the reason why it's called cloudy, because you see the clouds. There are a lot of clouds. See, so many clouds. Even though the game, the level itself, I found it not very, very hard, as long as you don't crash and you stay, try to stay calm and don't crash. And there's a part where you can go very fast. So this level, as long as you don't crash and you learn where to slow down, I would say the Cloudy Mountain, yes, it's harder than the Alps, but not much harder. You can still beat this level with a minute, around a minute and few seconds. So it's fine. See, now we are already close to the exit. We take the right exit again, because after the Cloudy Mountains, we want to go to the Seaside Town. And as I said, the Seaside Town is extremely hard. Look, we beat the Cloudy Mountains with 1 minute and 1 second. But you see, when you go to the Seaside Town, you get only, I think it was about 67 seconds, which means that we need to beat the Cloudy Town with only 1 minute and 5 seconds, which is very hard, because remember, this is the hardest stage 4. The Seaside Town, I would say, yes, is very hard, and especially there is this bend that you need to be very cautious, because you can crash towards the buildings of these towns. So, and here is a very I would say brutal, or I'd say very unforgiving bend here. You need to slow down, because if you don't slow down, you really crash there. So you need to be very cautious. Here is towards the end. Okay, we are close to the exit. We have 12 seconds. Let's see if we are lucky. We should be able to enter to the exit. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, yes, we made it for 1 second. And we entered the last one, which is called Lakeside. So this is called Lakeside because there is a lake. If you look at the map of Outrun, it will show you that there is a lake on the right-hand side. So I don't see it yet, but I trust the map. I think we also when you will see the final map, you will see there is a lake here. This one, as I said, don't crash. If you don't crash, be happy. Don't risk. Fine, it will be absolutely fine. So, because usually stage 5 is the one that you slowly will reach the exit. You don't need to take any risk, because you can beat this game, I think, even with 1 second. See, now 3.8 seconds is fine. Absolutely. We beat the hardest route for 3.8 seconds, and it's fine. It's fine. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. No shame about it. So we have beaten how many? Almost 14 minions. Fair enough. It's the hardest route. So the most important thing is that I want to show you, when you do the hardest route, you see, it doesn't take you much longer. When you learn the game with the quickest, shortest route, it's not going to take you much longer to beat the game with the hardest route, because it's a matter of confidence. When you are confident, you can beat any level, but that's why you must start with the easiest, fastest route. Now I'm gonna show you another completion that I did, going left, 3 times left, and then right. So we go left. So this is the run which I had. So here we are gonna go now left, because I want to show you the gateway. The gateway, as I said, is not necessarily more convenient than the right, which was the Devil Canyon. But the reason why is because the only way to go to the desert is to pass the gateway. Because I want to show you the desert, because I did a lot of tries on this left side, and I really enjoyed to play the desert, because there is something that I want to show you there. So also because I want to show you some more tracks. And as I said, this is a series that I'm doing about arcade game. I'm really enjoying now playing this arcade, because because arcade are very short and they take relatively a short amount of time to beat them. Outrun, it took me all about a week to beat it the first time, and then I spent another couple of days to try alternative routes. And I have to be honest, after you learn it, it's gonna be, you will enjoy it, because when you master a game, you don't need to play hundreds of arcade games. You can play always something that you enjoy. And Outrun is a must play arcade game, because you will always enjoy this game even if you play it 1,000 times. You will never get bored with it. I think the cars are, I think, appearing randomly. I, as I showed you in the comparison, sometimes there is a pattern, but I don't think so. 100% of the time the cars are random, so you will never get the same experience every single time you play the game. So the most important thing, that you must be patient. Be patient. Okay, now we go to the right, and this is gonna be the desert. The desert, I really enjoyed it because he has got something that the other track didn't have. For example, you have this sand going in, disturbing your vision, which I would say is bad. Okay, it's bad, but once you get used to it, it's not the end of the world. Then you have this beautiful band, which I really enjoy it. It's like right, left, right, left. You go first right and then left. This is amazing. I feel adrenaline when I drive there. I felt such unique experience with this band, because you need to go to the right and then immediately to the left. Then you have to go left, right, immediately left, land, right. I mean, goodness sake, this is so amazing, this one. This is the hardest level 3. So, though people say left is easier than right, but this desert is very hard. And if you go left now, we're gonna take the wilderness. This is called wilderness. The wilderness is even worse than the desert. He has got different challenges, but I show you which one where I struggled most. And where I struggled most is to pass all these cars, because look how many cars are in front of you. And here, honestly, you really need to be patient. You cannot really overtake them easily. You need to wait that you reach a speed above 240, I think, kilometers per hour, and then you can pass them. But look how many there are. This road is so crowded. Look how many. And now we are going to get probably some truck as well. See, the truck as well, look. And you need to pass, as long as you don't crash here, don't be greedy to try to pass everyone. Sometimes you need to slow down, unfortunately. You cannot really pass everybody. Here, now we are getting close to the exit. So here, as long as you don't go out of the road and then stay cool, here I decided to go right. So this was left, and then in the end I went right, which is the Dead Valley. The reason I want to take the Dead Valley, because I like this Dead Valley. This Dead Valley is very similar to the Autoban, so it's one of the easiest level track 5. I didn't have time probably to master the vineyard, because the vineyard was harder than this. But this is the decision which I took about when I made this video. So, because obviously you cannot learn in 10 days the entire Outrun game. But the reason why I'm making this game is for people who don't have a lot of time and they just want to enjoy, like, okay, which arcade game can I beat in a week or so, and where I can have different experience and I don't need hours to beat it, many hours. Yes, Outrun is the best choice, because even myself, I'm not a master of racing game, but to be honest, Outrun for me works very well, because it didn't take me ages or months or weeks, to just about 10 days playing probably half an hour a day or 1 hour a day, because in 1 hour you can make many tries as well. So this is left, 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 and then right. This is the B, the exit B, which was the dead valley. The dead valley. So our review of this game has finished. The overall, okay, here 12 million. So I can say that it doesn't really matter um, the score for me. The most important thing that matters for me is to learn how to beat the game. So I hope you really enjoyed this video, and I hope it's very helpful for you, and I hope to see you again on my next video. Thank you. Bye bye.